All right, new to DeFi number 5, and finally we're talking about XRP. So this is an XRP video. I'm Lars here at the DeFiStandard.com, where along with a bunch of other people who are very excited about Mickey B. Fresh's research and teaching, we're here to learn and to share as much as we can. Time to mention the DeFiStandard.com, and this is really put together by Patty XRP. And there's a Patreon Telegram group that has lots of different people doing administrating and moderating at the YouTube channel, and hundreds of people involved in the conversation there about this digital asset, XRP, the ledger, the protocol that it runs on, and the things that are being built alongside of it and on it. And right now, the conversation is about the coming Flair Network, and we'll be getting into that in a little bit as well. So it's nice to be here in this conversation. Hope you've had good coffee or good drives or whatever it is while you're listening to this. Specifically for like if you're kind of new to this, or if you're somebody who's got a lot of experience and you're sharing it with someone who's new, or if you've made an investment and you're trying to learn now how to best strategize about moving forward with your XRP investment. So it's about time to turn you loose onto the world of XRP and start doing all different kinds of research and listening to YouTube channels and reading stuff and putting it all together. But I thought it'd be nice to try to just say a few kind of big scale words about it. So the proposition of XRP is that it can move a lot of money really fast and very efficiently. And the idea behind it is that you would take an asset on one side. So let's say you're living in the United States. I'm living here in the state of Washington, and I want to send money over to my relatives in Denmark. If I currently want to do that, well, let me use an actual example. My wife was over visiting in Norway, and when she came back, she wanted to buy a sweater from there. She'd been to this shop, and the process of doing that was incredibly painful. For a $150 sweater, the fee was $17 just to move the money. And the first time it got lost on the way over. This is not an atypical story if you're moving money across borders. They talk about it taking 5 days, costing many percent, and having a high error rate. So the idea of XRP is here I am instead of that situation. I want to pay for this sweater. So I take my dollars, $150, and there's going to be an application on your phone or however it's going to happen, card or whatever. And I put in the destination that I wanted to go over to Norway to the sweater shop. So inside, I don't even have to know that this is happening. My dollars are converted to XRP. And then within 5 seconds, they show up over there in Norway, and they are converted from XRP over into kroner, and the store owner there, she gets her money. So now, I mean, you can just see that if you just take a moment and look at the value of that. Okay, before the way the situation currently is, there has to be a bank that has assets in both places, Norwegian kroner and US dollars. And then that bank also, if I wanted to make a payment to a country in Africa, would have had to have money sitting both in Africa and in the United States. These are called Nostro and Vostro accounts that are basically the collateral, the backing, to be able to make these exchanges. And they have to be set up between all of these different countries. So lots of value, lots of money is tied up to make the current system work. But what if every time you wanted to make a payment from one value system to another value system, instead of having to have all this stuff pre-set up, it's just say, oh, okay, well, how much XRP is $150? Okay, we'll convert the $150 into those XRP. Where do you want it to go? Well, let's have it go to Japan. Okay, well, how much $150 worth of XRP, how many yen is that over there in Japan? Well, okay, well then convert it to yen and give it to the person. 5 seconds later. That's an amazing transformation in the world. And like kind of in the big picture, a vocabulary word now is use case, utility. And it's an important thing in a brand new field, right? People put all kinds of things together, but the real question for what's going to survive is how useful is it? What is its use case? What is its utility? And XRP has this utility that it's a very fast and a very efficient way of moving money. And if you get into this and start to look at it deeply, it's something that, as Mickey says, he ends up in the rabbit hole of research because there's just so much that's there. Like these payments, they can be made as micropayments. So instead of this big chunk of $150, money value actually streams, just like packets of information stream um, on a video, like this video that you're watching now. Behind the scenes, packets of information are moving from where this video is stored to your computer. And that's the way XRP, the ledger, moves money. Okay. And there's something to say here, which is like XRP is not the value. And Mickey makes this point often. The value is in the protocol. Okay. The protocol is the program of what's called the ledger that XRP is the token for. So XRP carries the price, the value of the protocol. And the protocol does this thing of moving money very quickly and very efficiently. So if you can turn money into packets, well, then you can stream money. And just another example now, another use case. And Ripple, the company that is developing many of these applications, certainly not all of them, but many of them, is investing in companies that are finding other use cases for XRP. So one of those things is called Coil, and that's a subscription service for content. So rather than in the future, like you have to now pay a subscription to the New York Times, you have to pay one to the Washington Post, you have to pay one to the Disney Channel. Instead, in the future, Coil is working on a way to pay for service as you use it using this streaming payment feature of XRP. And I'm just saying that to give you an example. And probably the thing that people are most excited about, and I'm going to make a couple more videos about that on this very, very beginner scale, is what's called the Flair Network. And it is the first utility fork of the XRP ledger. So they basically are using the programming of the XRP ledger and then using making a different use case. And so I will be talking about that more. But just wanted to kind of let you know that biggest, broadest overview of XRP and what's called the XRP ledger, where all this happens, the program where all this happens, moving money very fast and very efficiently. And if you start to get into this, you're gonna realize that there's these very well-known YouTube content providers. There's writers, there's bloggers, there's people that are making Twitter posts, and there's a lot of people that have really gotten into digging into what's going on and trying to understand it. And part of it, of course, is the money in the investment. That's for sure a piece of it. And I know a lot of people have expected XRP to rise in price much faster than it did. You can count me in that group. Of course, I thought as soon as I got it, I was like the luckiest guy in the world. I got it on the last day before it, took off to the moon. We are all still waiting for that. But in the meantime, I've become just fascinated with not only XRP, but this whole project of cryptocurrency and how it's changing to meet the needs of the world, and how the challenges that the world is facing, blockchain, cryptocurrency, are going to have a lot to do with the way our future looks. So it's become fascinating to me on many different levels. And an additional level is I'm not a programmer. I was trained as an engineer, but I'm not a programmer. And so I'm just in awe of these people who can put together ideas and then actually program them and then make them function. And so one of the people that is very well known in the XRP community is the CTO of Ripple, David Schwartz, and whenever he speaks, he's totally worth listening to. The CEO of Ripple is another hero in the XRP community, Brad Garlinghouse, and the founder, um, Chris Larson, another one. So just know that this is a big project. It's got a lot of history. It has a lot of potential. I guess that's another thing to say. There are many, many connections that Ripple, the company, has created with banks around the world, with governments, with institutions, in putting together all of the different parts that it takes to implement a new system. And as you look into it, you realize they've been hugely successful in this endeavor, but also have met a lot of different resistances, a lot of inertia. And there's, of course, those people who are benefiting, like, for example, benefiting by inefficient payments because they control it and other people can't get in on it, and they're getting large fees for this. There's some people that aren't very excited about the system becoming vastly more effective and efficient. Um, I guess, yeah, there's lots of different things that could be said, but one of the lines that you'll hear around XRP is to bank the unbanked. That many of us take for granted that we can go to the bank and use their services, but there are many, many people, a large percentage of people in the world who don't have access to banking services. And because of that, they are very much more limited in terms of what they're able to create financially for themselves, but also what they're able to contribute as forming businesses or enterprises if they don't have banking services, if they don't have connections to the rest of the world. So one of the goals of XRP and those who are involved with it is to create services that can be used as long as you've got a cell phone, that you can basically have banking services, lending, saving, those different kinds of things. So there is lots and lots to dig in and dive into. I just wanted to give you this conversational view of it. Personally, I'm super excited by the project, and I look forward to following it for many, many years. I'm very hopeful that it's going to gain more and more traction, more and more of a foothold. And if the day comes, when the day comes that XRP Ledger, Ripple, the various different projects, Flair, that they gain this traction and start to accumulate value in their systems, well, there are 100 billion XRP tokens. And if they're going to carry a lot more value, then each XRP token will necessarily need to be more valuable, higher price. It's not going to be just based on speculation like, oh, just popularity that makes a coin have a certain value. It's going to be based on the utility, based on the value, based on the assets that have been onboarded onto the XRP ledger. And the XRP token is going to reflect that. And for those of us who have invested in it, that's our hope financially, that we're going to get to that point and we're going to see this whole system be a reflection of great value. So that is absolutely not financial advice, but trying to give you a picture of XRP and those who are involved in it, and give you an invitation now to to just step forward into becoming as aware as you have an interest in this whole crypto space, for sure, blockchain, and particularly if it becomes interesting to you, XRP. So the next thing I'm going to do, because I don't think I'm going to make any more here exactly about XRP. I think you can go to people who are more knowledgeable, especially Mickey. Patty is amazing. The information at the DeFi Standard, as I said, totally recommend signing up for Mickey B. Fresh's Patreon group and listening to his YouTubes. Of course, they come out almost every day. But the next thing I'm going to move to is trying to introduce this Flair Network. And at this time, Q1 of 2020, we are all waiting on the launch of the Flair Network. We're currently waiting on it to finish its audit and then get a bunch more information and get ready. It's kind of a, well, it definitely takes some brain power to get your mind wrapped around it. And I want to try to do that again in really simple ways that will maybe help you to more quickly get your brain wrapped around it and start getting into the details. And if you're interested, investing and making decisions for how you want to participate in Flair Finance, Trustline app, and all the different things that are coming with that. All right, so thank you very much for these conversations. This was the first one dedicated to the asset XRP. Next one will be Flair. All right, thanks. Bye.